Check this out.
Let's get cracking!
Welcome back, everybody, into your coverage of the D2CL. I'm your host for the English livestream, Toby1, bringing you our final game of the night. Second in the series of Team Empire going up against Team Tinker. For all the details of the tournament, go to d2cl.org. And of course, pick yourself up one of the Dota TV tickets as well. It all goes to boosting our prize pool and making what is going to be a wonderful LAN final even that much greater. It's going to be at DreamHack Bucharest, and I'm going to be there as well, casting live for your viewing pleasure. It's going to be wonderful. Into the game we go, as we get to see a man who we've not seen all night, and I'm not talking about my co-caster, I'm talking about Sky Wrath Mage, but my co-caster may have some thoughts on that too. So welcoming in as well to the commentary box for the last time tonight, Clairvoyance. Greetings.
Greetings, Toby. This is finally, and I can say with confidence, the final match, because normally in a best of three you would never know in this game 2 what's going to happen. But when the admins step in, Toby, that's when it gets real. That's when game 2 is the last game.
remaining.
And today, Team Marino Tinkerino versus Team Empire, a small
5
rivalry that's been
seconds
going on
remaining.
between these two teams for over a week now, is going to be settled with this match, because you know what? Finally,
Reserve
and I say
time.
finally, Team Tinker has settled themselves a really, really nice opening draft. It's that combo that everybody was scared of at TI. It's the Void and the Skywrath entering the pool.
See, I hate to tell you that, man, but it's not as scary anymore.
What?
I know! I keep looking at
Serious?
it, and while stats may not back me up on this, I'm not seeing the Faceless Void Skywrath Mage combo being the one that everyone's searching for, or being as effective as everyone always used to think it was. Because the Skywrath Mages, like, don't get me wrong, they're two fantastic heroes in their own rights, but they're not about the combo anymore. Faceless Void, sure, he's all about the control, but you need somebody else other than the Skywrath Mage to be that coupler, especially when you see a hero like Death Prophet and Wraith King. Like, Death Prophet, if you catch her out inside of it, that's probably going to be amazing, but more than likely she'll be tanky enough by, like, in the late game that she'll survive. And you still need something else to really pound into it. And then you got a Wraith King, who doesn't care if you kill him off, because you don't have any kind of diffuser blades or mana burn, so he should always have his ultimate anyway.
Team
As a matter of
Empire's
fact,
turn to
this
bat.
may be a little bit emotional, or emo rather, but Wraith King, you know, he wants to die. He
Yeah.
wants to go in, apply that AoE slow, and apply that ability to come back full HP and stun up some target for 2 seconds and slow them effectively as well. This hero can function
10
both as a
seconds.
support,
10
although Empire has
seconds
been playing it more
remaining.
as a carry recently, with Silent going that armlet build,
5
which I'm not
seconds
personally a huge
remaining.
fan of right now. Although it's good, it's not enough. But at the same time, the hero itself, I mean,
Reserve time.
it's self-explanatory. It has its functions, especially against Voids and Skyrats, who are sometimes argued upon as one-hit wonders. And just as you said, man, the two heroes are definitely scary, but Empire, they had a plan this game. They banned the Wisp, they banned the Lycans, both heroes which they lost to
Dire team
against
ban.
Team Tinkerino when they had them. And Team Tinkerino, following up in the same respect, banning out the Priestess and banning out the Earthshaker, the two heroes that they were faced upon with last game. And picking themselves up once again, the all-star duo, Void and the Skywrath. But
10 seconds
going back to the
remaining.
Empire point, they have the right counters.
Yeah,
5
That they
seconds
do, man.
remaining.
that they do. I'm just gonna wait and see if I look like a fool
Reserve time.
going into like the mid game for here,
Affirmative.
and then like Void and Skywrath Mage. It's like, oh wow, the combo is being used over and over and over again. Or if this just
10
turns into what I think
seconds
it's going to be,
remaining.
and that's Faceless Void offlane for EGM. He tries to
Dire team
survive.
pick.
Skywrath Mage roams around with somebody else, killing with somebody else because he doesn't like Faceless Void anymore. And then you just get a solid mid that can battle up against probably a Death Prophet. And then you get a safe lane solo. And it looks like I'm going to be wrong on one of the
Team
points at least.
Empire's
That's
turn
Nature's
to
Prophet
pick.
coming up. Now, I know there's
Yeah.
been some teams, I say some teams, it happened for 4 games about 2 weeks ago that played Nature's Prophet as a mid solo. Ever since then, 100% offlaner. So I assume this will be EGM's Prophet.
Also, Koipa, actually, from what I know,
Sorry, quite for yes. Yeah,
that's definitely a Koipa hero, I think. Now, it could be versatile in the sense that it's flexible. I mean, it can go any lane for sure. Koipa has demonstrated in the past that he can play any lanes with the hero as well. He can play that hero through and through. My interesting question for Team Tinkerino right now is, are they going to pick up the Brewmaster? That hero wasn't effective last game, but this is a TI winning combo, Toby. You either open with the Furion Brewmaster, the Prophet Brewmaster, or you open with the Void Skywrath. And if you can somehow get Skywrath, Furion, and Brewmaster, your team fight becomes unbreakable, impervious. You can't fight into a Brewmaster, Skywrath, and Furion. It just doesn't happen. Like,
what if you're covered in ice, man? What if you're covered in ice?
Well, that's the other thing. See, if you have a Wraith King that can actually survive the initial set of burst, and an AA blast that lands on top of everything, that's an ideal scenario. But the thing with these heroes is that Skywrath is already really mobile. He's hard to catch, you won't chase him down, he has faster movement speed than most of you. And Furion is already a slippery fish of his own with his 20-second global teleport when it kicks in. And on top of that, the Brewmaster offering that 15 seconds of guaranteed teamfight control, they actually pick the fights, not you. And when they pick it, they bring in so much global damage from not only the Skywrath, and I say global, but it's just more of a presence thing. The Skywrath coming out with a random burst out of nowhere, and that Furion global. And as I say all of these things, they actually go with the Wind Ranger, which is an old combo. Wind Ranger plus Nature's Prophet, the Sprout into Shackle, as well as just range heroes with decent survivability. But not exactly my favorite. That hero can stay alive against Wraith King, and he's okay against Death Prophet. But overall, that hero's relatively, in my opinion, useless.
See, I'm thinking at this point, it actually becomes more useful. I'm looking for someone to do damage inside the Chrono, and I'm fairly certain that's going to be Sing Sing's Wind Ranger. Thrown towards the middle lane. Get an early Maelstrom.
You know what hero's really good, though?
Try and get Nagnum Scepter, and then just let loose and get the Lightning proc as often as you possibly can when faces voids inside the Chrono.
Yeah, I mean, if you land a good Chrono, most game scenarios will be solved. But, you know, another good hero against that lineup of Team Marino, Tinkerino, all those Intel squishies, as well as a Void, Centaur. Very, very good. Now, I thought Empire... Pardon me?
Another Blink Dagger hero as well.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely want to get the jump on before Team Marino, Tinkerino do their thing.
I'm also thinking
I was actually
out.
thinking...
Like, because getting a Void Chrono on either the Wraith King or the Centaur, even that's really difficult. Like,
it is.
Unless that Prophet already bounces through beforehand, like, they're just going to blink yourself away before you can get your Chrono up.
Yeah. 10 seconds now, I was actually thinking Empire were going to pick up Venomancer as their fourth pick. Team Marino Tinkerino thought it was the traditional Wraith King AAVS combo with the AAVS roaming around, and that's very good because you have the guaranteed stun and the right clicks. But I think Venomancer would actually suit Empire's lineup really, really well. Venomancer destroys every single one of those heroes, especially Wind Ranger.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Because with the amount of like coding you'll have, you'll think, oh, I got a Chrono off, and then Team Empire win on positioning because they have Stampede.
Exactly.
And then you win on the follow-up because you've got the Gunk and everybody.
Yeah, and the Wraith King as well. So it's actually impossible to burst down Team Empire's lineup, which is essentially what Team Marino Tinkerino is going to try to do. But they do have good team fight sustain. Like Wind Ranger, is just overall decent. And Skywrath is not exactly as burst reliant as people think she is, or he is rather. I mean, if you miss the Mystic Flare, it's big, certainly. But first of all, you're playing with a Void. It's not going to happen. Secondly, you have a Furion. It's probably not going to happen because Sprout is really good with Mystic Flare. The third thing is you still have a 2-second massive nuke to fall back on as a support. And I would be pretty surprised if Empire actually don't pick up Venomancer here.
Oh, you'll find out in a moment, man. I just want to invite, before they pick up the Venomancer, I just want to invite people, please actually let me know how the live stream is going tonight. It's been a while since we streamed on Daily Motion, and I know Daily Motion's always looking for great feedback about where you're from. So if you want to, tweet me at W1Dota saying where you're from and how was your viewing experience tonight. I'd like to know, because if there's any problems in any regions, flag as Daily Motion crew, and they get their stuff sorted. So yeah, please let me know. If you don't have a Twitter, you can always just put it on my Facebook page as well. Same crap. I think I've pimped that enough. Alright. I didn't pick the Venomancer fast enough, so maybe Mag's having some second thoughts about this.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Empire is a somewhat aggressive lineup. They love team fighting. I just think Venomancer is perfect, but it might not suit their style.
Could you try and get greedy and go for something more like an Enigma? Like, Always on the Fly plays a wonderful Enigma, and then like you get a little more greedy if you do so, though. And like that could be the only downside.
you know, the other thing is Void is not bad against Enigma because the way way Void
10
works in this
seconds
metagame right now is
remaining.
that it doesn't need an incredible amount of items. That Chronosphere is something you always have to
5
fear because,
seconds
especially with
remaining.
heroes like Varian, you can always get the Chrono fight. Oh my gosh, they actually picked it. This is so Empire-like, and we've seen this in the MSI, and you called it perfectly. I can't support Empire picking this lineup on Radiant. I don't like this Enigma on Radiant. I think it's gonna.
It
I actually
works.
think it's gonna get crushed.
It actually works more recently for Team Empire, and
Yeah, they won on the Radiant as well. I remember, but
the main reason why I'm flagging it as it's actually not a bad pickup is because I know what they do with the Midnight Pulse, and I'm waiting to see if they do it actually in this game as well. But Always on a Fly doesn't get Malefice at 2nd level.
Prepare for battle.
Oh yeah, but that's a Zai thing though.
That's a Zai thing. Oh, you actually
Yeah,
got
EG Zai, he's the one that started it, and yeah, all credits go to him. Even like every Enigma player, like Puppy and No-Tail, they followed suit. He was experimenting. Even AUI tried it. He didn't like it, but Zai started it. Like you use the Midnight Pulse to stack and you farm, and it's more efficient. I'm not too sure how much better it is, honestly, though, because like Malefice level 2 is pretty important. I mean, it's honestly it just comes down to Enigma preferences.
I want to give shout outs right now to Imperius, to Vicky, to Gizmo Appleby, to Sam Hoare, and BDG Wake, who've all let me know that their stream is working absolutely flawlessly from a whole bunch of different locations. So wonderful to hear. I'm glad your viewing experience is nice tonight.
30 seconds.
Sometimes
Me too,
we
man.
venture away from what everyone sees as the norm, and everyone gets scared with viewing platforms. Works better than seeing me play.
This is actually more of an intrinsic fact, but I just noticed that the Team Tinker, they don't have too much experience like forcibly warding into the enemy jungle, because that's just not how they play. They have like a lot of individual personality players. So what's probably gonna happen is their 5-manning won't be as strong as somebody like a
Battle
team that's built around the
begins.
dictator type of thing, or like a main shot caller. This might hurt them. My usual assumption with Radiant Enigma is that
Oh, Solo.
and Solo is dead.
Real
Oh my-
trouble.
she is so dead.
Yeah, he may at least he sniped out the DD room, but that's the only upside
Yeah.
right now. And you saw he leveled up first. He actually leveled up Vortex before he leveled up anything else. And they're looking for the Observer wards, and Always on a Fly.
Oh, Fly.
Well, they actually used 2 sentry wards for this. Like, Fly will get himself away. It was concussive shot level 1. But Bulba doesn't really have many more of those left in him. But they planted down 2 sentry wards to look for the ward here on the bottom rune. But it doesn't exist.
Deny.
Yeah. See, this is like what Team Tinker are doing right now. This is like at best going even. When you're investing 2 heroes to shut down an Enigma, what happens is the lane just doesn't go favorably. And Sing Sing is having a decent time now because of the first blood.
Oh,
as well as the
Resolution's
back
not having a decent time. Pycat doesn't have boots. Koifa
Yeah.
needs to have something more, and maybe that
Slow.
will be enough. Pycat can do a bit of a short burrow strike up the hill. The trees are trying to get in front of him. Now the burrow strike will work, and the trees get in front, get in front, get in front. Resolution can keep walking because of this. Koifa, it got really choke pointed up. And Resolution, like the pathing must just gone against him.
come on.
Pycat, even as his clarity cancelled. And at the same time, we actually got a Wind Ranger dying on the
Yeah.
bottom lane. And
See,
Resolution
this
gets away to
is-
safety.
Yeah, this is not worth it. It's okay for Koipa actually because he's gonna get total lane control now. But when Death Tropic comes back, you can't zone her out from the lane, and she's just gonna be pushing out the wave with nukes anyway. So Resolution's okay with that. On top of that, most important thing is Pycat actually lost his last clarity there. That means he's got 1 more stun and he's going back to base. And he doesn't have stacks in the jungle, which means he doesn't have a follow-up. Team Tinker's movement was okay until that Wind Ranger fell at the bottom lane, and it was somewhat inevitable. Although, I mean, Synchro probably played it safer. But if you just ditch your player like that in a supposedly tri-lane scenario,
Yeah.
this is the result.
Well, Sing Sing will try and battle up against Silent. At least the upside for Sing Sing is the fact that Silent never went a Stout Shield or anything like that. The downside is, however, Mag did. He went Stout Shield, he went Ring of Protection, obviously just trying to get his Tranquil Boots up early, but it means he can fight directly up against EGM. And it's a 7 for 8 up against a 3 for 1. So EGM's still coming out on top as far as the farm goes. Another smoke rotation, and Always on a Fly. Well, it was nice knowing you, man. That one last arm from Pycap, well, actually, is it going to be enough? He makes the new army conversions. The Prophet's going to TP in. It's enough. Solo will also make his way over the conversions. So they're trying to attack onto Bulba, but they don't have enough follow-through for this. Pycat's even walking his way out of here, and Koifa actually farms up the conversions too. So even more money being given over towards that Nature's Prophet.
This is actually so Bulba-like to to do this kind of thing. And somewhat Pycat, because he's mainly a core player more than a support player. But yeah, here's the case in point: is Pycat has no more mana. There's a creep that's basically chasing him and scouting it, and the fact that he's going back to base. Empire knows they're clean for a little bit. Even with Silence such low HP, he can actually stay and get away with this. And what's that on the courier? He's ferrying in regen. I'm not too sure how effective that'll be because he's pushing the wave now. But overall, Empire haven't lost out that much. Even always want to fly. Look, he's level 3 in the jungle. He's about to hit level 4 with these creep camps, and things are going okay for them.
Man, it's Enigma in the jungle. Enigma in the jungle.
That's right. Enigma in the jungle.
Shout out to Dota reporter. Shackle flying in. Oh, Silent. Held in position for the moment, but Bulba, it's a lot of damage coming out from Solo, and Silent still actually got that extra bit of damage on him with the Mortal Strike as well. He's looking for more damage into Pyke. Can't get it. The Power Stroke cutting a bit of a path out. There's still Sprout available here for Quofa. Do we have another Shackle shot? The answer is yes. Flies it. Oh, too late, but it doesn't matter. Mini stun with a follow-up stun from Pycat means the TT will pick up a couple of kills here on the bottom lane.
I'm not convinced about these rotations. Once again, this Wraith King actually had no mana, so it was okay. Whereas this Windrunner, he's level 5 now, but she has no mana now. This, like, all of this commitment that Team Tinker is doing, I'm just simply not convinced by it. Like, it looks nice on paper.
Anyway. Like, once he gets his Arcanes, it'll be fine on this off lane.
Well, he actually, that's a good point. If he gets Arcanes, it might be okay, but if he gets Arcanes, that means Arcane commitment. And yeah, he's actually going to go die.
Chilling Touch, boom, boom, and Windrun, not enough mana for it. He bought Phase Boost before death.
Yeah, there's the problem. Once again, he had no mana, so he had to, like, these kind of kills, when you commit your entire pool and you just sit in the lane, you're gonna die for sure. And the enemy team actually gets more because they kind of fed you to get bigger on them. So I know he's level 5, so it's not bad at all. But in terms of the game itself, like, Silent getting level 6 on this safe lane is not what they had wanted. And now Mag on the top lane is the victim.
Well, they don't have Chrono or Verbals, but Mag is rather tanky. Hoof Stomp just trying to slow down EGM. If he double edge, he knows he's dead. And, well, with the Burrow Strike, I think now he does realize he's dead. So, double edges at the last moment. A little bit of spill damage, but it's still a successful rotation coming out from Team Tinker.
The nice thing for that is EGM's got level 6 now, which means that any one person can apply the kill pressure with him. So, Mag is going to get sort of zoned out, but he's level 6 relatively soon as well, and that means people on the other parts of the map have to watch out for the Stampede. Empire are usually really, really good at coordinating globals.
I'm actually interested to see now the two supports. Like, you talk about just one person helping out EGM, but you don't have your level 6 on your Skywrath Mage. And Pycat, he's about to crack level 4. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why Skywrath's giving him some distance here, so he can go over and stack and farm his own jungle. And he's actually going to get over here almost at the right time to do it. Like, he'll stack up the other camp. He's got 2 points up in Sandstorm. Sing's in more trouble. Wind running away with the Cold Feet. It does actually trigger. One Mortal Strike is all he basically needs to get this kill. And he just says, screw it, I'll use my Hellfire Blast instead. Prophet throws the ulti up, but doesn't TP in for Silent.
Oh, yeah, that Prophet ulti actually hurts them so much too. They're going to push out the waves now, and they didn't get a kill out of it. Koipa's also low HP, so he can't follow up with a tower push immediately. That's pretty painful. That was actually bigger than it looks like. He's level 6, about to hit 7, so he can spawn more treants, but the DD rune at the bottom. If he gets that, I guess he'll farm Ancients with it. I don't know. Maybe go back to the lane.
He's actually heading
Regardless,
back.
he doesn't have sustain, so he can't stay too long.
Yeah. What is he building into as well? Like, is this now...
Orchid, probably?
Would Orchid be the best choice in this game, though? Or would Necrobooks be the best choice up against heroes like Wraith King and Centaur? Not the greatest mana pools in the world. I suppose Centaur doesn't need that much, though.
Yeah, I think Necro's actually a really good call. But I don't think Koipa's gonna do it. Koipa, like, from watching him before in the past, his Furion builds are somewhat slow to change. Like, he has his own thing, and he really likes to do them. And it works for him most of the time, so can't really complain. But yeah, just knowing his tendencies.
Mag's going to trigger off the Stampede right now. Pycat will scout him out. There's Concussive Shot. The Seal will go as well. The Ice Blast is coming in from AA. It's going to hit on Bulba. And Bulba, not looking too healthy. Koipa also getting chilled up. The Pound Shot from Sing will hit, but there goes your ultimate from Mag. Slows down Pycat to start with, then into the Hoof Stomp, and the Sandstorm timing just a fraction of a second too early. Which means Mag is able to pull him out of the Sandstorm and then get the double edge into him.
Well, Empire pulled in a lot of heroes for that, though. That was kind of odd.
Yeah, but they still didn't bring in Silent, and that's probably their primary thing. Like, as long as Silent's able to get to that armlet at a decent time, they're still going to have a lot of fighting potential.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Knowing him, he's probably going to get a Blink Dagger after and just look to fight.
Yeah. Just a reminder too, guys, while we're tuning into this game.
Chrono at top.
Oh, are they actually going? It's gonna be Mag. But look how tanky he is. Okay, Prophet ulti, there it is. Ice Blast, he's just double edging so the Ice Blast can try and kill off EGM. But there's no follow-up damage. Not enough of it, at least.
Uh-oh, smoke gank. Oh, fly, always want to fly is actually so dead. There is no way he lives here.
Pycat level 2 stun, moves aside, can cast a shot, orb attack. They just steal him. He got a Midnight Pulse at the last moment.
Yeah,
But you're right. But then again, at the same time, Solo's now going to try and get Bulba one-on-one here. The Chilling Touch bonus damage, that's almost enough. 7 light points to convergence!
Oh, Pycat!
Always gonna fly, get some sweet-ass revenge. Pycat's on the run. Resolution, he's got actually a... Well, okay, bottle charges in a secondary equip swarm. Not to mention those space boots that keep up. And the top tower gets denied by Centaur on top of it all, adding salt to the wounds of Team Tinker.
Oh, Toby, the pain! The pain! Exorcism! Oh, he's not gonna get popped. Bubble rotates in and with his presence potentially saves the tower, but oh man, the pain. Just watching that sequence of events, Pycat having save a friend syndrome for a moment there and using his only escape tool. No bueno, no bueno. Not good, not good.
Oh man, that makes it 7-7 across the board. What I wanted to say is, if you want to tune into an Alliance game as well, don't turn off this live stream, stay here. But we have Crypt vs Alliance going over on Joinetta Red, so if you want the live stream for that, go to joinetta.com, and you'll find the link over there. Cap is casting that game currently live right now. So if you're an Alliance fan, and you still want to tune into this game, run them both. Get an easy stream pop out, you're good to go.
Silent, almost close to his next item. 1k away from Armlet, 500 away from Blink. Which will you choose?
I would assume Armlet in this. But
I would too, but this is Silent, man. He is aggressive as a carry. Like, his aptitude for Killer Instinct is not like any other carries on the scene right now. Him and Havost are actually very similar. Havost is just a little bit more balls deep, I guess.
That's a lot of support coming over. It's a 3-man smoke movement, and they're all coming to basically insert a cavity into Sing Sing's, well... and they just got to trees too. So he walked into it! Cold feet, hoof stomp, and everything will trigger. He's even shackled Mag to a tree line, but EGM is going to leap in. The Chrono can only get always want to fly. Well, looks like, Resolution, you'll get the ulti off right now. They're split up. Solo's caught out by the Chrono, but it's the ultimate from Resolution with a Malamastang. Poitful will die here, and the Centaur ult is allowing him to reposition. Mag, he wants Bulba, while Sing Sing and Pycat are right behind him. Considering a move in, Sing Sing really wants to make this buyback worthwhile, but looks like Resolution's like ultimate. Most of the damage will be pumped in towards this mid-tier 1 tower. Sing it a little bit left, but it's enough time. Shackle flies, launches Mag to a conversion, but it gets nothing for the buyback of Sing Sing. They only lose on this engagement, TT.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Wow. And it was a Blink Dagger.
Yep. That's Silent for you, Toby. That's Silent.
They have Mech for Fly, they have Blink Dagger for Silent, and Resolution's even got 1500 gold of his own. About to become more as he'll come to the bottom lane to farm and keep it out. And with the ice, okay, maybe if the Ice Blast doesn't steal all of his creeps, then
yeah. But the other thing to note is that their carries, or overall all their heroes on Team Tinker, once again, very squishy. It's rare for me to say this. I'm a huge Bulba fan when it comes to draft. I'm super biased for him, and I'm sure people who know me know that. But it's like 2 games in a row. I feel like I don't know, Bulba's drafts. They got countered straight up. I think Empire had like really good ideas this game, and they're just on the right page here. I don't know how well it would do against like a 5-man death push that Team Tinker usually run against them. But this Varian core that's being played as basically hard carry, because Koifa usually is like the #1 farm priority on that team. I'm not sure how well it goes against the Wraith King and a Centaur. It's like no matter how farmed you get, there are so many things you can do against a hero that just runs at you and revives and stuff like that. So it's going to be a rough game for Team Tinker from here on out.
Well, what's Empire adding to their arsenal? They got a courier up at the side shop right now. Who's got the extra money? It's a Void Stone. So looks like Resolution's getting very close. Actually, with Exorcism trigger, he can take the bottom tower. He's still going to be a little bit off having the full Yule Scepter with the Ice Blast sitting on Sing Sing. They needed to get Silent to blink into that Hellfire.
Yeah, you know what?
Where the hell is his Blink Dagger?
Yeah, I think he bought a Midas instead. I like that choice. I actually really like that choice. It's not an overcommitment. He has the ultimate still available, and he's about to be level 11, so I really hope he doesn't use it. There we go.
Oh, jump in.
Silent.
EGM.
Oh, I'm so I'm so glad Silent didn't just go too deep. That level 1 ultimate and level 2 is huge difference.
It's that observer ward they put down during the last engagement. Oh, now Silent. Okay, you didn't want him to go too deep. Now he's in there. Battling up against Pycat. Sandstorm will keep him out of here. And now the oldie will fly in. Both the AA as well as EGM triggering hits. Always on a fly. Megcharge, he got it off in time with the Burrow Strike. Double from Pycat.
Oh,
Solo will run in.
man.
The EGM. Mag just came in and melted them out. Sing Sing will now go down as well. Triple kill coming the way of Mag, even though the computer is completely confused by what happened and says double kill only.
You know, if you just look at numbers, it seems like Empire on the enemy side of the map using spells and forcing enemy spells like that and still winning. It looks like they won the exchange. But overall, I still don't like how Empire played that. Because with their items and disadvantage that they have right now, they could have sat back, waited for an opportunity created with the Wraith King, not diving in so deep. And with the Centaur Blink, they could have had like a much cleaner engagement where they come out ahead with like 2 kills and no deaths.
But Mac only picked up the Blink after he got the triple kill. Like, he didn't have the money for it until that kill.
Yeah, well, I guess then you can't blink in, but like Enigma getting chronoed like that with mech, it was just so big, and AA Blast didn't really connect on any hero either. So I think they could have beat it.
Oh, he's not low enough. He's not low enough.
Radiant's
It
middle
was even
tower
sitting
is
outside
under attack.
because the radius was just so big from the blast.
Yeah.
I was able to hit him as he sat a little bit too close.
Solo though, you have to give him props. Like, he's just being so relevant with his Ice Vortex. It's just the magic buff up is so nice. And you were talking about the Chrono earlier and the level 3 Skywrath. That Ancient Seal magic damage increase, it buffs up Void's time lock. So even without ultimate, that combo is still ridiculous because anytime Void bashes, it's like 200 damage. And speaking of damage, EGM.
Central's gonna go. EGM doesn't go down yet, but that Ice Blast keeping him low. He didn't do it. Not enough times at least, so he'll end up shattering, and now Resolution finds Bulba. At the same time, Roshan was started. Wow, Resolution, the sprout from Koifa keeps him out, but Bulba! Oh my lord! Pycat comes in, Hilly's got a good epicenter revenge kill off right now. So down there was a lot of damage coming quick. Always gonna fly wants to get up high enough, and now Malifus on over to Nature's Prophet. They'll catch him out. Silent getting the kill, able to blink himself in, so even though he's picked up minus before, like, it's 15 minutes and he still gets his blink dagger.
Rough game. Ancient stacks are actually going to be stolen. Well, Eidolons are dying pretty quick, so maybe not. But
they need the Wraith King to turn around and actually fight that one. Because they need his life leech, but there's too much experience on bottom lane for him to pass up. I want to flag more the fact that Solo is about to get an Aghanim Scepter. I say about to, he's at 1600 gold away from it. Like,
yeah, well, he's still relatively close considering the game situation. Once again, he was the one that got first blooded and still able to find his levels and farm. Almost level 11, just about at 16 minutes. This guy's a good player, man.
The main thing I'm worried about for Team Tinker is just EGM's irrelevance right now. Like, you trigger a Chrono, it took him forever to try and even kill off that Enigma, and without the double stun coming out from Pycat, that never would have worked. At least Pycat has himself a Blink Dagger right now, but at the same time the Observer Ward's scouting out their movement, so Silent can just back himself up quite safely.
Yep.
And Koifa's Orchid, I still don't see the advantage in it.
Its impact is definitely not going to be there as much as he hopes. Like, the way this Orchid would work is he has to get a critical silence on before spells are cast, and now that spells are being cast.
Yeah, that was top lane. And there's a Crypt Swarm from Death Prophet to get the kill. I'm like, where the hell's that center already going? Panic myself for camera work.
These gap closing heroes, Centaur, Void, these heroes are exceptionally good against Furion. You get caught out once and you can split push, but that's what a team is usually for. So it's so difficult to play as hardcore Furion, or that sounds weird. Hard 1 or 2 farm priority Furion against these tanking heroes.
Bulba, Ice Blast destroys him. There's not even, well, there's a double stun coming out from Pycat. The Shack won't be able to latch, however. And now Hoofstomp, it came and drags Pycat again out of that Sandstorm. And they bring 5 heroes to the bottom lane. The tier 1 tower already went down. And they're trying to move Resolution up as fast as he possibly can with the end of this exorcism. So maybe he can mop up the creep wave that's here. Because he won't do any damage to the tower. It'll die before that point.
Man, Empire's movements, their coordination is seriously, it's so exceptional. I find it hard to believe their TI placement. Like,
oh, Silent. He blinked down and found Koifa. You want movement, man? You got it right here. He's got a Hellfire Blast, needs the vision, chops through with it. Oh, he got it. He had to use the Quelling Blade first. Now up on bottom lane, Solo shackled up with Resolution. The mech's already gone. Burrow Strike in from Pycat, holding 2 of them there. The Black Hole is still available, but there's just no follow-ups. There's no point using it. And always want to fly. Well, he bought his Mithril Hammer. He's accepting death, and he will die. Burrow Strike sealed up, orbed up. Everything they had, they threw to get those 3 kills. And they got him.
That was huge. They really, really needed some sort of rebuttal this game, and that was it right there. But of course, you saw in the chrono, right, how little damage rather that the Death Prophet and the AA was actually taking, even though they didn't invest their whole kit like the Epicenter and all these other big nukes that could have come out with the Prophet Ultimate. It still goes to show that Empire's lineup is not only really tanky, but that was even without the Wraith King properly fighting, because he TP'd out after a kill. And if Empire really decides to 5-man at this point, when Chrono's down or another one of these big spells are down, you can bet that they're going to roll down a tower without much confrontations.
Yeah, Empire just in a fantastic position right now. Mag's going for another kill. Mr. Forstaff Blink Dagger, if he didn't have enough maneuverability as it is. But these Treants were just sitting down. They're all just grouped up together taking tick damage. They're scouting out for Koiva. Not perfectly, but they'll see now Mag up on the top lane. And Mag has no problem with it. He just double edges the creep wave, continues to farm up. He's got a DD rune. No one will want to come near him right now.
I actually don't like Mag's build. I think I've seen him do this multiple times. He does the Blink Dagger Force Staff instead of the Hood. I think this hero needs a sustained follow-up aside from just Tranquil Boots. I really believe it.
I think he just looks at it as his primary job is to find the Prophet. Like, that's his only job actually, is to find the Prophet. And in order to do that, he's going to need a Force Staff. Like, unless you're going to be carrying a Quelling Blade around with the Centaur, it can be controlled by Sprout. So, Force Staff is like, it's your regeneration, it's a little bit more mana to play around with. Hello, Prophet, Koifa, Solo. There was the Observer that was scouting him out. And there you go. Orc are going to work, and they will kill Solo. He'll get one basic attack on Bulber, and that is all.
Yeah, he got like double silenced up, although there were like 3 silence icons on top.
Blink, Burrow, Sing, Force Staffing to make sure he can get a better shackle. He's got Reincarnation, so he will be able to live through this again. And then just blink himself away to safety, but there, Chrono will be used, but also, hey, there's the combination, and then always in a fly. He came in trying to help the Epis, and it's going to kill him off. It's a mini shackle to stop any kind of channeling. And now is Team Empire playing Game of Throws.
Save a friend syndrome strikes again.
So when you going to play more Left 4 Dead.
Good.
Mag will come down and defend the bottom lane. At the same time, Koifa, he finds Resolution in mid. Resolution will send him up in the air, but that mid-tier 1 tower is gone.
Yeah, that was a huge fight. Although that AA blast is just as huge.
VGM.
Holy crap.
He's so low.
He might take out.
He's so low. Sing's worried about it too. He TP's back to base. He won't regenerate here, but he won't tick out, and EGM does survive. If that, how far away from Ags was he? 700 gold. If that was Ags, that would actually be 2 heroes dead right now from an Ice Blast.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, but you know what's the scary part of this is that it's actually not going to get stopped. When he does get Ags and he lands like a 2-3-man Ice Blast, all those squishy heroes will crumble. Like this Furia might actually just take out to 1 Ice Blast, depending on the circumstances. And Solo has disconnected.
Oh, can't play without your Ancient Apparition.
You know, Void actually just picked up a full BKB. It's quite the purchase.
That's an interesting purchase too. I'm surprised he went for the BKB.
Oh, he needs it. Once again, one of those games where without a BKB you will lose. Without the BKB you can't guarantee it, but you need to stay alive.
I'm just not seeing his damage output though during the chrono. But I suppose at the same time, as you said before, it's meant to be the other heroes in your team to pump out the damage.
Yep, for sure. Magical damage coming out of every single one of their heroes, including the Void himself. And when Void is the least of your magical damage, you have fairly good damage most of the time.
Yeah. I can understand why you do want the pipe when you look at like Team Tinker's lineup from that point of view.
Yeah.
Because like, if you have the
my
pipe
main
from Mag,
concern
then
though,
you can help.
Yeah, because Empire, they picked up the mech, right? And they just keep doing this thing like last game. You know, if you saw the last fight, like honestly, Resolution didn't get a single new item for like the last 7 minutes, but he went in there and he wrecked. He stood uphill, stayed out of vision, and then as soon as BKBs were down, heroes just kept popping like dominoes, bloop, 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 1 by 1, and they just disappeared off the map. This game, it's a completely contradictory style, but they had the advantage to just push with a 5-man, where the Wraith King can stay in the front lines, can cover fire for the Death Prophet, and the Enigma and the Centaur are at the back. They can move around as freely as they please with the Stampede. And they decided to just do these isolation plays once again, like it's just an odd occurrence for me because they're such a good 5-man team and they've made a name for themselves for that. But they're not 5-manning as much as I expected them to. That's simply it.
Should they even be 5-manning? Like, I know you were expecting it to happen, but, like, will they really come out on top? Because you're still going up against Chrono.
Well, once again, they have good heroes against the Chronosphere, which is why it's ideal. The other situation is if they isolate themselves and stay apart, so they can make use of Wraith King Ultimate on like 2 targets like Ankim or AA Blast, like a couple of heroes that show themselves on the map. It just might not turn out to be efficient because Team Tinker's damage is really, really good in the form of a burst. But in a 5v5 scenario against Mech and Pipe, it might just not be enough, especially against the Wraith King and the DP with an early Eos and an Enigma with Mech. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. That's just the thoughts that I had on it. But in the end, I mean, they're still ahead. They have the tower advantage, and well, actually, as I say that, towers are still even. I certainly felt like they had map control, but they definitely lost it with the last 3 kills that just happened. So I think we're gonna have to wait for the next big item on the side of Empire, which is probably going to be the BKB on Death Prophet, which is about 650 gold away or so.
Well, maybe then they can 5-man themselves in. I'm hoping Solo's okay. Last time this happened to him, it was actually his power going out. So he was out for about 5 minutes until his power came back on again. So I'm hoping the same thing hasn't happened to him again.
Actually, wasn't it last time he just couldn't get on at all and we had to replace him?
I remember
the stand-in?
Yeah, we had the stand-in, but yeah, you're right. That was but that was after the draft, wasn't it? But it wasn't during the game. Like it was like straight after draft, so we had to remake for a stand-in.
Really? I thought it was straight up. I can't recall now.
It wasn't D2CL. Like it would have been the MSI Beat It competition.
All I know is that Empire got too old that day, and it was sad because there was no solo, so I couldn't gauge the true potential. Now we see the true potential. We saw it last game, and this game once again. It's a bit tough to gauge
actually, because it's the 2-0. I can actually tell you who it was, what competition it was, because it's looked through the JD history. It was the Megaphone Battle Arena.
Oh, right.
That was your 2-0 game. Yeah, they had a 2-1 in MSI Beat It. That one went to Empire. There's a 2-0 to Tinker in the Megaphone Battle Arena.
Yep.
And now we're here in the D2CL. So that's the last.
To settle the score.
Yeah, that's the last 3 matchups. Well, one was still like, okay, those 2 games were best of 3s. This one's still a 2-game series, so it may not settle the score at all.
I mean, it's consolation if Team Tinker wins here for sure, though. They need this win. They can certainly do it, but I just feel like for example, look at this Windrunner right now. She got a lot of nice kills. Of course, the return kill situation happened where she fed kills as well, but her game impact is simply dwindling. Like, I'm not too sure what her follow-up is this game. It's just an awkward hero overall, because when you land the shackle, sometimes you might just win with a double shackle. But it's not so easy to get that scenario, and most importantly, he just has a 4-staff and 2k gold, which means that he really wants a sheep stick. But then again, you know, you have Chronosphere, and Empire is not worried about Chronosphere, so why would they be worried about a sheep stick kind of thing? You know, it's rough. It's a rough game for Sing Sing right now.
Yeah. It's a rough reconnect for Solo. Seems like Mike said he can't reconnect back in again. How to turn a rough game into an impossible game to play.
I really hope not, man. This is a good game so far. Both teams can take this one, and the last 3 kills really showed that. So
we can always reload. We'll just reload at the 21-minute mark, and you'll be able to reconnect back in again then.
Is the reload function still plagued with bugs, or has that been mitigated to an extent?
I haven't seen any bug fixes on the reload function. Like, it still seems to be as bad. There's something about units which aren't hero units, which normally will have the bugs. So, for example, if you have a lone druid, your bear sometimes will become a neutral for no apparent reason. That actually happened during one of the... That was a reload there like a year and a half ago that we had that problem. That was when Admiral Bulldog first came into the scene. It's like, my bear is turned against me. Because he didn't belong to Admiral Bulldog anymore. So we had to
dude. We were casting that one game, though. You remember that one where... okay, Bulldog was Magnus, I think. and he kept buying these vitality boosters. I think it was with you, right? It was an alliance versus.
How long ago is this?
This was just over a year and a half, I think, or around a year and a half ago. Just around that time as well. Like a couple months going into TI, like Alliance was dominating everything. They actually lost this one game, and it was after the game. Aki's like, well, I was saying like it was internal strife that Bulldog kept buying vitality boosters. And I was like, what's going on here? He's not buying BKB. He's just got 3 vitality boosters. And apparently, because it was during a game that Valve put in a patch, Bulldog disconnected and couldn't reconnect due to the patch. And he was bugging out. And the only item, for some reason, that he could purchase was a vitality booster. So he just kept stacking his vitality boosters. And at one point in the game, he had 3 vitality boosters, a Blink Dagger, Mana Boots, and Magic Stick. And I think you were my partner. We were just going, wait, why? What's going on here, Bulldog? Why are you throwing? Like, can't you buy a BKB or something, dude? Like, after the game, Aki tweeted out, you know, it was a bug. We wanted to fix it, but we felt that we waited too long on it and just let the game play out.
Well,
so that was very nice of them.
I can tell you right now, man, that wasn't me casting that. I would remember a game like that.
You would, eh? You really would. What am I even saying, dude?
That's one of those things. It was like there's some things which were bugged out which you just can't forget. For me, like the biggest bug was when a creep actually got caught in the courier. Like,
oh yeah, I saw that clip, dude. You went nuts, man.
Like I lost my shit, man. I lost. just put it simply. I had never seen something so funny. It's just middle lane. We're back in again now that we've had solo reconnect back in again. He made me freak out a little bit when I saw the connected instant disconnect.
Yeah.
The game was just booting him. But a 4-man smoke gang coming out from Empire, and they're going to find EGM inside the jungle. Resolution's the first one to break. Sees Bulba, and the Yule set for him up. The Prophet is already gone. EGM looking for an ultimate, but then he doesn't really have a good gap for him. Now the BKB will go. The Corona will actually go off, and actually catch 3 heroes in this one. The Ice Blast sitting on Pycat as well as Sing Sing. Resolution still alive. The Meg Charger go. Not to mention the Midnight Pulse and EGM. Maleficent, he's trying to leap himself away, but the Urn and the Cold Feet, everything was holding him there. The Shackles on solo, while Bulba able to kill off the Death Prophet over a long way west. And now keeping himself at the safety. Pycat, he needs some AoE stun flying.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, able to get himself away. They need the Vortex.
Yeah.
Was it the Vortex damage you're looking for?
Oh, it was the Blade Mail.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it just came up as the Blink Dagger came up.
No damage from Pycat. Pycat.
Oh, he bought
Pycat. Epicenter's coming in. He's going on solo. I was sure Silent saw him in the corner there. Obviously not. 3 heroes going to go down. And now Koifa chasing after Silent, but he'll blink himself into the river. The power shot from Sing Sing for vision, but he's already home and hosed. So Team Empire, not the greatest engagement they've ever had, but a way to get themselves back into the rhythm of this game, which is, like, that's probably another big thing to flag. Like, you've just had to sit there for how long waiting for the start to come back up again, and you got to find your rhythm. You got to find, like, hang on, where were we again? What was our objective? Tier 2, we're 4-man smoking, we're killing somebody. Like, where is everything on the map? I'm so confused.
Yeah, pauses really do change the flow of the game. I think now that BKB is on the Enigma, we will see a black hole within the next 5 minutes coming out of Always Wanna Fly. And that's certainly a case that I hope, because he's just not been having a good time.
Well, actually, have we seen one?
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, man, getting initiated on. There's that Force Staff coming into play.
Oh, the Chrono, though. They'll use it as well to make sure the mag's going to go down. Nature's Prophet will get the last ticket damage in.
Once again, this is Empire slowly getting split apart, and I can't seem to understand why they don't decide to. I mean, I guess they just tried into the enemy jungle trying to 5-man. But that was like that was a wishful thinking attempt kind of thing.
You just evaded a shackle shot, man. He's sticking around now to put up the blade mail. EGM doesn't want to attack in this one, but then they can wait it out. The Ice Blast is coming in.
Oh,
he knows if he can get a little bit more damage, it's not there. The reincarnation will trigger, but they got a lot more support coming in from the Death Prophet. Silent, Shackle to actually his creep wave, not even the Sprout. He was locked inside of that one, and Resolution and a little bit too late to do anything about it. So they get through both reincarnation as well as his life, but how many? Okay, he actually got his level 3 ulti up in time, so it's only a 60-second cooldown for it.
Yeah, this is kind of hard to describe, and in simple terms, but overall, like Empire actually had a 10k gold and EXP lead at 14 minutes this game, and they lost it, pretty much all of it right now.
So
now, if this
did
portion
Empire
actually
last
goes
throw?
down, yeah, that's, you know, they haven't been playing too much catch. They've been only playing the pitching aspect.
Resolution. He was looking for some extra chip damage. EGM knows he's already pretty damn low, still being affected by that Ice Blast. No Aghanims yet. It's only 200 gold. Now he triggered the BKB. Leaps away, and Resolution actually let the ulti go. They're going to try and snipe Roshan now. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's on purpose, I think. But at the same time, Sing Sing, Mr. 4-star Blink Dagger, he's watching for this. EGM, 1 second till Chrono. It's off cooldown. Any Chronos? Roshan, the Aegis is on the deck. He's running in there. He doesn't have the Aegis Immortal. He's going to drop something. Aegis Immortal, where is it? The theft of the Aegis has been taken. The reincarnation's coming up from EGM, but the Empire lineup, they still have the full ulti. Now Pycat will come in. It's not enough damage to kill off Solo. They're running away with the Centaur ultimate. Solo gone east. Now Mag into a hoof stomp. There's no man more for Solo to throw out here. Also, please buy your actions before you die. Bulba, maybe he can keep fighting up here. Actually, yes, he can. Whoa, that's a lot of damage with the urn. One more attack, he got him. Solo with a double kill. Quofa will come in, finally picking off the Ancient Apparition, who can afford his Aghanim Scepter even after death.
Wow, he actually ran from that after the Yules?
Safety
He
first,
might have
man.
gotten juked, honestly, but he could have stayed. There were 4 heroes down on the side of Team Tinker, and I think he... Oh, yeah, he had a TP. Could have made a play out of it. Maybe that was too much of a request. But overall, though, nice fight for Empire, eh? And Black Hole still up.
Yeah?
I knew this was gonna happen, dude. This kind of game always happens where like you don't use it for the first 15 minutes and it's just
Funny
you never
thing
get
is,
a chance.
if he had a Blink Dagger right now, he could solo Quofa.
Yeah.
Because it would just be a blink into Malefice. You make your army conversions, then you go into your black hole, and then your conversions would dish out most of the damage while the injured Nature's Prophet was sitting there, and he knows it too. So
Yeah,
after
Furion
this,
is like
it must be a Blink Dagger. It must be a Blink Dagger.
He really probably wants it right now. Looks like he's gonna farm the jungle for it. It will take some time though. Jungle farming in this stage of the game is not nearly as efficient as trying to get lane farm and pushing creep waves with the team.
I can. This Aghanim's ulti is up. This is an Aghanim's level 2 Ice Blast, and I'm keeping my eyes very firmly fixed on the supports. I just flag out right now too. We should keep our eyes on anyone who is below half life. Man, where did Pine get all this money from? He's building Necrobook. He's becoming the counter to, I'm not going to say the perfect counter to Wraith King, because Wraith King's really got enough mana pool that I don't think he really cares too much about a Necrobook burn, especially one only coming out from the Sand King.
Yep, and the other thing is he's actually level 17 now, so level 3 reincarnation is up. Empire can actually push the issue and play a lot more aggressive right now, but once again, overall, their name of the game seems to have been kind of splitting up too much. They want to assemble now, or at least it looks like that, but their level of commitment, I'm not sure how deep it'll go because both side lanes are being heavily pushed in by the side of Team Tinker.
If they can take the tier 2 tower without having to use Exorcism, they can push high ground. And if that would have to be a level of commitment.
The right call though. I think it's too risky because you're going to lose so much map control after you return to base.
They're coming bottom.
Tinker's not going to sit there.
The Ice Blast. Oh, Quofa! He got hit by it. He'll shatter right now. There's nothing that will save his life. But then again, Pycat, Epicenter, Mag, he 4-stars away, and the Epi's not slowing him down in time. Pycat will waste his entire... Actually, he's also chilled up. Blink the hoof. Yeah, where's your hoof? Mag! Mag! Hoof stomp! He can't double edge or else Pycat will kill him. Death Prophet's killing up the Void in the meantime, and Pycat can't reach him. So, it looks like Resolution full ultimate, and the first black hole that Always Wanna Fly did I missed. I'm sorry, Always Wanna Fly. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, that's a shame. But you know what? He didn't have to use BKB for it, so his BKB will be off cooldown as the black hole is off cooldown, probably. I mean, I guess you can see that as a positive.
You mean Always Wanna Fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, he didn't have to use it. Yeah. He's got BKB now.
Yeah, it'll be up for the next fight as well.
Looks like BKB is almost finished for Mag too. He'll farm up this bottom wave. He's only 200 gold away from it now. So he'll have BKB. Enigma will actually have Blink Dagger after killing this last Black Dragon. Okay, he's short by 20 gold, but still.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine, Toby.
And you got Solo building into a 4-star of his own. They're pinging out saying, yo guys, we should probably be killing this guy. There's the 4-star. 4-star away. Courier. Courier, protect the courier at all costs. Okay, Koifa, I thought he would just TP himself into like this little area to attack in towards the mid lane. But it looks like not going to happen. Well, Silence looking towards the top lane. He's looking at
really heavy warding.
He's sparkling, but he's got no way to get Pycat out of the invis.
Yeah, Pycat's gonna get out safely. That tanking hero is just so elusive, especially against melee heroes, but just really good warding coming out overall. And yeah, Solo's engaging on Bulba. 4-staff versus 4-staff, support versus support. And Sand King.
Oh, there's your jump him. The Orchid stopping Silent. He gets the Blade Mail up, but they know he's going to trigger out. At the same time, that Ice Blast can be perfect. It's over on Koifa and Pycat. But then again, Silent, the Mystic Flare, there's enough damage. They could bring him down before he can get a Hellfire Blast off onto any of these heroes. But then again, Solo, the shackles are flying up. Sing Sing buying the space. Solo, he's too far up at the moment. Even the Necrounts are coming in to beat him down. So the Skyrise Major should pick up a double kill. BKB already gone from Mag. EGM, no Chrono available. There's also no Black Hole here for Always Wanna Fly. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Resolution is Solo pushing out at the moment. Pycat throws at the epicenter, but the BKB from Always Wanna Fly will protect him for the moment. And EGM, well, as you're calling out, picked up by the Centaur. And Resolution's got this tier 3 tower down to half-life. Koifa comes in, doesn't really want to be that close towards Resolution. Shackle shot, manages to latch onto the Dead Sprout now. But the oldie is still doing some work here from Resolution, and now it actually drags the life points back into him at the perfect time. Try and TP out under the cover of his BKB, and Resolution's home. The tier 3 tower has 64 life points on it. And they're going to deny it. So technically, this is still a win for Empire. They expose the bottom lane.
That's really, really nice split pushing by Resolution. The amount of map control they get from that is insane. And now Centaur going in for another free Furion kill because he knows he can, with the aggressive warding coming out from Solo on Empire. Just really, really back and forth series overall. The second series and the first, like, the common area is that they're just so dynamic, and we can see this bounce back and forth between the EXP and the gold graph again. And we also see how easy it is for Empire to actually pick it all back up, because so long as they assemble their heroes, Team Tinker actually have to invest a lot more for certain kills like the Wraith King, just because he has a second life and he's so farmed. Whereas Team Tinker, what farm do they really have right now, Toby? I don't see it being outstanding aside from Koifa, who is 6'6" and still gets soloed up by a Centaur relatively easily.
See, I feel like things like Pycat, like supports being able to have a level 3 Necro book.
That's pretty good.
He's actually got quite a lot of farm on that Sand King. The Wind Ranger is still short of a Scythe of Ice, which is probably where a lot of that money went to, which is the Sand King. Yep. But you are right, there's a lot of critical items which are just missing. Like there's no Maelstrom now, they jump in on middle lane. EGM, Chronos, the Ice Blast on the way in, but you get hit by that, but his BKB protected from the blast itself. And now Sing Sing. That shackle looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But it won't latch. Now Void, still no Chrono. 64 seconds on the sideline. Silent, blinking in very, very deep here. The Blade Melt, well actually now he's orchid up. Reincarnation will be available, and there it will trigger. And Always Wanna Fly! 4 in the hole, baby! They're gonna go for more as well! They just hit it perfectly with the Midnight Pulse follow-up. Oh, that is it! He hits hardly anything. He throws the hole at the top for 1 kill. And finally, Always Wanna Fly. Patience pays off. They take the fight. They'll take the bottom racks. And they'll probably even... Well, I'm not going to say they're going to take the full game just yet, but it's pretty close to to it.
That once again is the power of that Empire lineup together. They are just so strong because every hero serves as a bait for themselves. And the amount of follow-up they have is just incredible, so to speak. So they're going to take the second set of racks this year. Team Tinker will probably GG out any minute. Maybe they'll wait for another Chronosphere because Void has just picked up a Maelstrom. See what he can do with it. But overall,
they got 4 seconds till Chrono. And it looks like Empire are going to be safe about it. I thought they might just rotate up top because they still had another 20 seconds until TT were back at full force. But yeah, it will be a top lane push. It's a full heart. It's actually 2 hearts. It's 2 hearts.
They just made bank. Of course they want to spend it, dude. Please.
Silent has his own BKB. Who's the other heart for?
DP and Centaur maybe?
Yeah, Centaur doesn't have the Reaver though. Wait, the Reaver and the okay, he's missing a vitality booster.
Yeah.
He's short by a little bit of gold. But the courier will come back and pick up the BKB for the Wraith King. So he can finally drop, after a very long period of time, a Quelling Blade. 34 minutes in, he'll finally drop his Quelling Blade.
Hey man, that Quelling Blade is proving its worth throughout the entire game.
It's useful up because Nature's Prophet, I won't deny that. Mag with an Invis rune. Oh, they got a big opening. They got a really big opening right now. Wolf Stomp on EGM, starting with a follow-up. That blast is coming in, and he'll get hit by this. EGM, he'll actually tick out from this. The Mystic Flare will be able to get a revenge kill over on the Centaur, but at the same time, you just lost your Void, you just lost your Chrono. And Plycat Burrow strikes up to the high ground. The Exorcism is still up, and Resolution just 4-stars in with his own BKB. They're looking for that last hit into Pulver, and man, they hit hard. It's that chilling touch, and now he will actually go down. The Spirits catch up to him while Always Wanna Fly, looking for the last hit on Sing Sing, won't get it. Plycat, well, Cold Feet and the Vortex slowing him down. Silent will get the stun off, and then she got the silence as well. In comes Always Wanna Fly, and, well, no Midnight Pulse, but the Maleficent stun Plycat inside the base. Ice Blast is coming in, and they'll both be hit. Sing Sing as well as the Sand King, trying to Burrow Strike himself away to safety. But I think Sing Sing actually even ticks out from this one, because that's a long duration Ice Blast.
Objective Gaming.
I think he's down.
Objective Gaming.
Is he down? Sing Sing, is he down? He's down.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
GG.
under attack.
Team
There it
Empire will take the victory 2-0 over Team Tinker. And they will be the first team to actually claim officially the #1 position due to the fact that we had our draw from earlier today.
Yeah, an intense set of series indeed. Now the second set, which was Team Tinker versus Empire, Game 1 and Game 2, both seemed like they were quite back and forth. But I would give it to Empire in having like the dominant lead throughout the entire stages of the games. They proved themselves worthy by just picking up a lineup they were comfortable with and completely counter up the lineup that the enemy was trying to approach with. And what can I say? Even with a couple of mistakes here and there, I feel like they got together, they banded their heads together and just said, okay, it's time to go in. They rolled over the enemy in terms of objectives and kills anytime they looked for it. So really well done for them. I'm glad I got to see Solo play today, and I'm glad I got to see Empire play today. I'm sure this Empire versus Tinker is going to be something that's going to be recurring.
I'm looking forward to more matchups. We had such great matchups already tonight. Tomorrow we have more Dota 2 action coming your way. I'm actually going to double check our schedule. So for tomorrow we have Alliance versus Team Tinker. There's only one game tomorrow. Initially, PR might have been going up against someone else as well, but that game will be postponed until Wednesday night at 17:30 CEST. In fact, PR will go up against Alliance, and then Team Tinker up against Power Rangers. So we have a double header for the Power Rangers guys on that evening. So tomorrow night, I'll see you guys here at 18 CEST for Alliance versus Team Tinker. We'll have Jonathan Red still going right now with Alliance versus Cyrus. So if you want to check that one out, jonathan.com for that live stream. And then the Beat It US quarterfinal matches will be beginning tonight with Gorgon casting it out on either Join Dota Blue or Join Dota Community. So hopefully, yeah, check out joindota.com for the details for that one. And of course, d2cl.org for all the competition details here of the Dota 2 Champions League. The videos we uploaded to our Dailymotion channel. I believe the Na'Vi versus Alliance games are already available over there, and the Team Empire versus Team Tinker games will also be available shortly after that one, as well as over on youtube.com/joindota. So enjoy it all. Thanks to Clairvoyance for joining me. I'm looking forward to your company, hopefully sometime near in the future.
If you'll have me, man, I'll be around for sure. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time here on the live stream.